Hi, welcome to my intro to kickboxing class. My name is Sonia Badesi from Success Fitness, and we're going to be learning some basic punches today, kicks, as well as a couple strikes. And those are the kind of punches, kicks, and strikes that we're going to be using in the classes. So it's a great start that you're here today, making sure that you're safe and that you've got your technique and, of course, your lingo down. So we're going to be starting off with front stance. We're going to do a little boxer shuffle, so hands come up. Hands should always be up. They should always be protecting your face. Elbows should be tucked in. A boxer shuffle is just a side-to-side shuffle. Now, if you're a beginner, then you would take this a little bit lower down. If you have joint issues or anything like that, low back issues, you would take it into a lower impact version, right? So higher impact, lower impact, but it's still quite low impact, so it's quite soft. If we wanted to do a front stance boxer shuffle, but we wanted to go into a side boxer stance, all we're going to do, we're going to shift one leg forward. Now we've got one leading leg, and we're going to do a side shuffle forward and back. And all these things will come handy in the cardio kickboxing classes, so I can't wait to see you there. So let's do a leading leg, opposite side. So side boxer shuffle, right? And front boxer shuffle. Side boxer shuffle. And front boxer shuffle. You got it? Right. Shoulders back. Good job. Front stance. Hands up. Alternating front punches. All we're going to do is front punch out and then pulling it right back in. We're going to lead with that hand. And what I really want you to do is rotate your hands so that your palm is facing down. So when we rotate, pull back. Rotate, pull back. And I mean that pulling it back with the rotation because it's a punch and pull. Punch and pull. See how quick that is? Punch and pull. Punch and pull. We can go forward. We can go diagonal. Right? We can go forward. We can go diagonal. So there's all different variations. Front stance, we're going to do an uppercut. We're going to go from underneath. 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 So I always use my whole body with this. And this is why cardio kickboxing is so effective in burning calories. And you can burn somewhere between 300 to 700 calories in a 1-hour cardio kickboxing class, depending on how hard you work. So this is your uppercut. One of the things to remember with the uppercut is that you don't want to hit any higher than probably about chin level. And again, we don't want to be violent, and we're not going to punch anybody, but we do want to have the impact and the effect of what cardio kickboxing is all about. So sometimes having a hand up here, punching into it, gives you that feeling what that would feel like, right? So pushing it up, pushing it up, pushing it up. Good job. From this one, we're going to go right into a hook. So what we're going to do is if you had a ball right between your two hands, right about face level, you want to hook into it and hit that ball and then come right back down into it. So we're going to do an alternating right-left. Ready? For 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You got that? Right into an elbow strike. Bam. Bam, right? So again, everything comes from my whole body. So as you notice, I don't just stay nice and still and just trying to get the arms moving. I get my whole body into it. So elbow, 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 elbow. We can also do a speed bag. So we're going to have our hands up and we're going to speed bag it out. So if you've ever seen a speed bag in a gym or a boxing facility, they're little small bags. They sort of bounce quite fast back. So you need to, so if you're standing sideways, you need to sort of rotate those hands. It's like a rotational type action. But we want to be up here. We don't want to be down here, right? So the ball is up here. We can also do this with one hand only. So take one hand out of the equation. It's like being at a concert. There you go. And then the other side, there you go. Keep that hand up. And back to the center. As you notice in my classes, when you join them after the intro, is that we have movement with this as well. So don't worry, once you have these basic moves down, you'll be just fine. Another thing that we also do is blocking. So we're going to block one hand up and then taking that arm back down. Blocking it, taking that hand back down. So we can do a right-left block. So if a punch comes at you or a kick comes at you, we can also do a side block. So we can block it behind, block it behind. Block it behind. Again, you let your body go with you a little bit, so we're not letting the lower back torque. All right? Shake it out. We can do all those punches in a side stance. So I'm going to be standing sideways, so join me here. One leg leads forward, doesn't matter which leg. Hands come forward. The front hand is your jab. Your backhand is your cross punch. This is a jab, this is a cross punch, right? So that's the wording for it. So this one is the jab, this one is the cross because it comes across your body. So the jab is going to come right from the center of that shoulder. We're going to push it out and pull it right back. So again, you're rotating into that arm and then rotate it back, right? So give me 4. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go into a cross punch, which comes then from behind. The biggest thing and the thing to learn is that the back leg has to pivot with the cross punch. So give me a couple pivots here. So we're going to pivot 4, pivot 3, pivot 2, pivot 1. Now give me a cross punch with the pivot. Pivot, cross punch, cross punch, cross punch. Are you pivoting? Let's go 2 more. And 1. The pivot is super important because we don't want to hurt the hip or your knee or your ankle. All right, from here, we're going to do a nice little elbow strike. So we're going to elbow strike it, come back down. Elbow strike it, come back down. Just like what we did in the front stance. The elbow strike from the front arm feels a lot more natural. Can you do it from the back arm? Yes, you can, but it's more of a reach. And again, depending on what you're using it for, but the elbow strike can be done from the front arm, and as I said, it feels more natural. You can also do an elbow strike down towards the ground. So you can pull it down like you're doing a lunge, and then coming back up. It's a little bit more intense. And again, in the classes, you're going to see different combinations that we're using these things in. We also can do a hook, and again, comes from the front hand, a little bit more natural. So hooking it out and back. So think about that ball that you have here. Ready? Hook it for 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. This backhand always stays up, right? So hold them up, be in that fighter stance position. We can also do a block from here. We're going to block it up. We're going to block it side, right? Blocking it up. Something's coming from behind. Block it and release. Again, the block from the back arm, not as natural. And once you try it, you're going to find back block maybe, but not the front block. So it's probably easier to have a front block here and then a back block here. But you're going to notice when we're doing these combinations how certain things will fit better because they come more natural from one side. All right, back to front stance. Let's move down to the legs. We're going to be doing knees up. With knees up, we want to make sure that it's in knees up with a strike. It's not an aerobics class. So hands are up, bam, bam. So if I have a piece of wood right here and I want to smash that piece of wood, I'm going to do it with power, power, power. Ready? Keep going. Come on, give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So your core is doing a lot of the work as well. From there, we're going to go into a front kick. So the front kick, hands are still up, back into that front stance fighter position. Knees are softened. We're going to hold it right here. We're going to kick with the heel. Kick it out and back to the front. Kick it out, back to the start. When we're doing our front kick, what's important is that we're staying soft, but we're also going to keep your core engaged. But we want to think about more kicking with the heel. So if you have an open drawer, let's say, and you wanted to close that drawer in your dresser, basically what you want to think about is how you push it closed, right? So you want to do it as an effective kick. So you're going to kick it closed and back down. Kick it closed and back down. So let's do 4 of them alternating right, left. Ready? Kick it, and the other leg. Kick it, and the other leg. Kick it, and the other leg. Kick it. Good job. If you're more advanced, you can come higher. If you're more beginner, go a little bit lower. Stay a little bit lower. Again, to your fitness level, right? So back to the front stance. We're going to go into side kicks. So we need to, again, think about a little bit more of a pivot. Always think about the safety of your joints, your hip, your knee, your ankle. So we're going to do a side kick. So when you're going into that side kick, the other leg is actually rotating a little bit so that you can go into that side kick. So shoes that move easily on the floor is important. Carpet sometimes can be tough. So having a floor that's a little bit more slippery can become very helpful with this. So we're going to rotate, kick into it, back down. I would always suggest practice a little bit on one side, get comfortable with that hip rotating this way and your whole body turning into that way, right? So you're going to kick it and back down. Kick it and back down. Kick it and back down. Let's do 1 more and release. Let's try the other side. So again, pivoting this leg to the side and down. So it's almost like turning the opposite direction. Kick it side and down. Kick it side and down. Let's do 2 more. Let's do 1 more and kick. Good job. So from here, you can also do alternating kicks, but again, be careful of those hips. You might want to stay a little bit lower first. So kick and center, kick and center. Always pivot and rotate the opposite foot, right? Once you get more advanced, kick it up higher, kick it up higher, kick it up higher. Yes? All right. From here, we're going to do back kicks. It's like a cannonball. We're going to come right down into it. We're going to kick it behind this time. Back stays nice and strong. Core is nice and strong to support that back. We're going to kick it behind, kick, and release. Again, just like shutting that drawer. Kick it back and front. Kick it back and front. So you can see the power behind that. Kick it and front. Kick it and front. Kick it and front. Good job. And back up. If this bothers your lower back, what you want to do is kick it a little bit lower to start off with, and when you get more advanced, then you can come up a little bit higher, but again, be very careful of that low back. One of the kicks that we don't necessarily use a lot in the classes, but sometimes we do, is called the roundhouse. And the roundhouse, you're going to start in that fighter stance, and it comes from the back leg, and we actually rotate our whole body into it. Now, of course, you're not going to flare your arms around, you're going to keep them right here. But I'm just trying to give you an idea where you should be going. But what you want is you're going to rotate it, and as you're rotating into it, you're also going to kick with your toe this time. So you're going to kick it, and then coming back into that fighter position. Then kick it, back to the fighter position. Now my front leg, as you notice, is pivoting with it. So again, I'm not going to put torque on my knee or my hip, right? So rotate, kick, and back down. So it takes a little bit more balance with this one. So give this one a little bit more practice. When you try on the other side, what you may find, one side is a little bit more coordinated than the other, so it may feel a little different. So we're going to pivot and back down. Pivot and back down. It's a little bit more balanced. And this is why cardio kickboxing is so effective. Not just only does it burn a lot of body fat, you're going to probably burn about anywhere between 400 to 700 calories depending on how hard you work, but it's also going to build stamina, coordination. You're going to be fitter, stronger. You're going to get leaner, right? So definitely join me into these classes, and you're going to love them. Once you get these basic moves down, you're going to be able to join any cardio kickboxing class with confidence. So what we do in classes is we do coordination. So don't think you have to be super coordinated. And that's the whole point with cardio kickboxing. You can have some fun with it. So what we may do is we may be in a front stance, and we may do a combination where I go punch it forward, punch it forward, punch it forward. Now go right into an uppercut. Uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. Now give me an elbow. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Now give me a hook. Hook, 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 right? So the coordination, I will always break them down for you so that you understand which punches we're going to be doing or which kicks we're going to be doing. And then we're going to put the combination more and more and more together. The great thing is that you get to keep the video afterwards, so you can keep going back to it until you get totally confident with these videos and the coordination of the cardio kickboxing, so that you can not just take one, but we can take different levels. So this is great for beginners and it's great for advanced. So don't get scared of any of the videos that are on this side. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I will guarantee you will get a good workout no matter if you're a beginner or you're advanced. I will always give you alternatives. So, see you at my cardio kickboxing workshop.